What's up, everybody? Back here on Pacific Inlet today. I was just looking around trying to figure out where I was at and what I need to be doing today, and I think it looks like we need some wood. So I'm going to have to cut some trees, get them skidded up. We'll see what we can get done today. I'm hoping to maybe get a couple of loads. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but gotta get some trees cut first. Yeah, I forgot that I was using this machine. It's been a little while since I played over here on Pacific Inlet, so it may take me just a second to get back in the swing of things. Looks like it's cutting pretty good though. That's a big tree there. Alright, so I'm not really... Uh-oh. Hit the wrong button. I'm not really sure where I want to go from here. You know, that was... I think, if I remember correctly, the last time I was talking about maybe getting a yarder set up or something, which I might still do. Because there's some plenty good spots, at least 2 or 3 good spots around here that we could use a yarder. So I may have to look into that and see what I've got. I know I had one at some point. It's just I'm gonna have to look back through my mods again and figure out. I guess it helps turn on. You know, look back through my mods and figure out what exactly I have and whether or not it's open to the public or not. I try to only play with mods that are, you know, publicly available. Because I know for me it's always frustrating to see people playing with mods or look on Facebook or something and see photos, screenshots or something of these awesome mods and then you can't get your hands on them. So I always try to play with anything that's freely available in public. I guess that's still a stump grinder, huh? Yeah, I got rid of it. Okay. Alright, so I gotta get that cleaned up first before I can go any further there. Let's see. Well, there's a few trees over here I think we can cut. Let's stay on this side. For anybody new to the channel, I am using dual joysticks. I actually have two different models and two different brands, one Logitech and one Thrustmaster, just the way it worked out. I guess if I had if I go back and do it again, or if I had a little extra money or something, I'd get another Thrustmaster. They seem to be a little bit better made and more solid than this Logitech, but the Logitech's pretty good too. I've used it for quite a long time. In fact, the way I kind of ended up with this particular setup was I had bought, when I first got Farming Simulator, I had an old joystick that I'd use for like flight games and stuff. I mean, we're talking like early 90s joystick probably. And so it was okay. It did the job, but it finally just bit the dust. And so I needed another joystick. Well, actually, I take that back. I had bought an old used joystick on eBay. I don't even remember what brand it was. It could have been a Logitech, but it was a much older one. And then I still had that other one, which I think was a Thrustmaster. Can't remember. Anyway, the Thrustmaster finally bit the dust, and then the one I bought off of eBay, it bit the dust. So I decided to replace the first one that went out with this Logitech, and it's nice. Like I say, I'm still using it. It's a nice joystick, but eventually the other one bit the dust, and so I had to get a new one to replace it. And so I went with this Thrustmaster, and that was a good choice. Whoa, we're rocking and rolling today. Those trees are heavy. And this is the new FDR machine that is lighter. And even though I did use the FDR, you know, weights on the trees and stuff, sometimes those bigger ones still give us problems, but not much I can do about that. But anyway, yeah, I got this Thrustmaster one because you can switch the controls from left or right hand, and I think that's about the only joystick that'll do that. Could be wrong, but I believe it's the only joystick that I know of that you can either operate left-handed or right-handed, and so it worked out pretty good. This is another big tree, but should be able to handle it okay, because this is one of the stock map trees or stock game trees. Alright, so if we don't have enough on the ground for at least a load right now, something's wrong. So let me get this buncher out of the way. And I think the skidder is right over here. Let's get all that wood picked up, processed, and we'll see where we're at. I think it's going to be at least a load. And I think somebody was asking me about where I got this at. This is, I don't know if they're still in existence or not, but I got that skidder right there, the 635 Tiger Cat, off of the Expendables modding Facebook group page. I might better move the dozer too, just to be safe. But yeah, this skidder right here, I mean, the color might be just a little bit off, but Other than that, I mean, it's probably one of the nicest skidder mods I think I've used. Oops, went the wrong way. There we go. The only thing that's a little bit hard about it, and I don't like about it, is the grapple. Is it doesn't always want to turn and line up like it's supposed to. But once you get the trees in there, they're not going anywhere. Guarantee you that. Tell you what, before I skid any more up, I'm gonna get these trees processed just so they're out of the way, because that's, you know, kind of normally how it would go anyway. Why is that up there? Okay, so let's see. I gotta make sure I know which length to cut these things at. If it's not already set, oh, I hate it when it does that. It doesn't show me the cut length. There it is, 6s. Okay, that's what we need. Just want to make sure, because if I'm using the see, this is the pits trailer. You can tell because it's only got 2 axles. I think it's the pits trailer, and it's not quite as long as the FDR trailer. The FDR you can get, it's a little tight, but you can get 8s on here. 6s fit better on this one, so I'm going with 6s. And you get one little shorty. Not sure what's up with that. I guess whoever made these trees, they I don't know, they for some reason they don't come to a pointy tip like the other trees do, which is fine. It doesn't bother me. It's just one little last piece to worry about, but it's kind of odd. They are kind of thick though, and sometimes even though this FDR machine will cut them, it doesn't always want to grab them at the very end just right. And see, even this one I believe is a normal sized tree. I think. Could be wrong. This one could be bigger. It looks bigger though. Because I couldn't remember. Maybe I did. Yeah, okay, so maybe I did add some bigger trees, but then these ones that have sort of the reddish interior, those I got from a different map. So I'm not really sure, you know, where those came from, but maybe I did increase the size of some of these trees. And you can kind of tell too, but if you look at the end, you see how it's kind of it's got the tree rings, and then it's got that darker area. Then you can see parts of other tree rings. That's kind of a good indication that the tree's been upscaled. Whereas this one has it. You can see you don't see any of that. So this one right here is probably either a stage 5 or stage 4. Probably a 5. Looks kind of long. If you make maps, you know what I'm talking about. So some of the smaller trees, like if you look just to the left of the end of this log, see that little tree right there? That's probably a stage 3 or 4 spruce. Probably a 3. And then they go up from there. Alright, let's get some of this stuff cleaned up. Yeah, sometimes on those little stumps and pieces and stuff, if you're not at the right angle, it won't pick them up, even though that the tool kind of sits down in the ground somewhat. Although on this machine it seems to be sitting a little bit higher. Normally it's like in the ground. Oh well. Alright, so we got probably half a load there. Let's hop in the skidder and get some more wood dragged up here. And it's not going to cooperate, but we'll make it work. If I can remember how to do the maybe it's there it is. I can never remember how to use the blade. I know you have to switch it to number 2, and I always forget which key combinations it is. There we go. And of course, most places around here where I'm from in North Louisiana, they wouldn't cut this short logs. Some do. I've seen, you know, some places. Mostly the, let's see, I guess they'd be going to the plywood mill probably. But a lot of times, I'll just see tree length, and it's usually, you know, first or second thinnings or something like that. There's not a lot of big growth around here anymore, because the timber companies, they like those shorter rotations, and they, you know, the smaller wood. The machine mills and stuff are set up to run the smaller diameter stuff. The bigger stuff they just can't handle anymore, because it's all about the production, the speed these days. Grow them quick and then cut them down and start over. You can have probably oh, I don't know, I'm not really in tune with things these days as far as the forestry stuff goes, but I imagine, you know, 25-30 year rotation, something like that, from planting to harvest. Maybe even less than that. First thinnings I think are usually around, I don't know, 12-14 years, something like that. Stuff grows fast around here, especially these pine trees, because they breed them that way. There's pine places that the big timber companies use, and what they do is they and they're probably on several generations now, but I know there's a place not far from here. I've been there, and it's a tree nursery, but they've planted trees out, you know, just in a field or whatever, and what they do is they pick the best ones, and they take the pollen from those, and, you know, regenerate other generations of pine trees with that pollen and those particular seeds and stuff like that. And they make what's called super trees, and I think that's actually what they're branded as, is super trees. It's supposed to grow straighter, quicker, bigger, whatever, in a shorter amount of time. They just keep refining it until eventually, you know, they'll have probably even shorter rotations. Alright, that's a pretty good pile there, but I want to cut down a couple more bigger trees. Or I think I may have one or two here on the ground that I can pick up. Ah, these trees, I tell you, they just don't want to cooperate. There's no friction on them, so whenever you see, they just spin around. They don't catch the ground just right or something. It's one of the major gripes I have about farming simulators, the tree physics. They just don't want to act right. I guess that's as good as we're going to get it. All right, let's cut about 3 or 4 more bigger trees, and then we can start loading that truck up. We should have enough then, for sure. I'm gonna go see if I can grab this floating tree. It's kind of bothering me. I forgot all about that. I should have caught that. What happened was I went back over in this little area right here and redid some of the terrain, and I forgot to just look for any floating trees, I guess. No big deal. Should be able to reach it just fine if I can find the point to where it will actually cut. All right, turn it loose. There it goes. Problem solved, unless there's more down there. Oh, that one's in the ground. I guess it was just that one. Let's grab this one right here and then that'll be it. That should be enough for a full load then. Come on. Guess I got a little bit too close to that one. Alright, well, it looks like we're not going to get 2 loads today, but maybe we can at least get 1. If I'd already had some wood on the ground, maybe we could have got 2, but that's always the challenge, is by yourself getting enough work to hit or cut and on the ground and skid it up and process and all that good stuff. Sometimes it just doesn't happen. Might be too far away. Almost too far away. Yeah, I'm gonna have to set up a little bit closer next time. In fact, that might help a little bit, but I'm just now too far away from the trailer. And I was worried I wasn't going to have enough for a load. Look at that. Got wood left over. I got enough for 2 loads. Alright, well let's, oh, that was not looking very good. Let's get that cleaned up. Not the prettiest of load, but anyway, I think that'll work. And let me grab a screenshot, because I always forget. And let's see if we make it down the hill without tumbling over. Always the challenge in this game. This trailer especially, I mean, I guess I shouldn't say especially, it's a little tippy when it gets top heavy, but now the FDR trailer is pretty rock steady, or at least it used to be. When you lightened everything up, it got a little bit worse, but This trailer I have to be careful, because it does kind of want to get to tipping. And that's the tricky corner right there. It's kind of at an angle. And also the trick is to not make any sudden movements. If you keep it pretty steady, it'll stay up. And of course not get going too fast. Well, I guess I have not got a loader for here yet. That's okay, we'll just kind of cheat a little bit here this time, but I do want to get a loader like I did over on Forgotten Forest. Just to make it somewhat more realistic. Alright, so about 56,000, somewhere right in there for that load, not bad. It seems like last time I was experimenting with some different skidders, and I think the cable skidder I had interfered with the winch dozer, so that's probably why I'm not using it anymore. I can't remember. Sounds about right. I do like this location though. I like having to come up this hill. It's kind of nice. I am going to set up just a little bit closer this time though. That should do it. Alright, well I think what I'm going to do is let's leave this pile here as it is, and we'll have that for next time. And then I'm also going to look at my mods and see what I've got as far as yarder, because I mean look at that, we can go way down there. So I think we set up a yarder about here somewhere, or maybe even there's another spot right over here I believe that might be pretty good. Maybe in this spot right here, or even over on this side. It's not, I don't see, nah, there's too many, not enough trees down there. It's all rocks and stuff, but back over here would be a good spot. But I gotta see what I got first. I don't remember if I still have any yarders or what I've got, and gotta get them added in my mod folder and all that, and get them tested and set up and all that good stuff. But anyway, we'll do that for next time. I'll try to remember to do that for sure, and we'll see if we can't probably end up moving our operation just a little bit. If we're going to get a yarder set up, we'll have to set the yard up about here or so, and then we'll have to get our processor probably, I don't know, on either side of it, one of the other sides, and then the loader can be loading the truck up probably from about this spot, and we'll back the truck up just a little bit further up into here. Kind of seems about right. But anyway, we'll do that next time. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Talk to you later.